What's up, guys? Earth First here. Just wanted to share a little old article I found right around 1900 to 1905 when probably this was written. Picked up a here, I'll show you real quick. I picked up a thumb drive at Flattoberfest last year, and I've been slowly going through it. This thing is really cool. It's got tons of memes in it on it, but I really got it for these books. And there's different categories. Ancient for all these different civilizations and cultures. All these different books and volumes. Also, you've got old, new, stuff like that. All of these people, these are in alphabetical. There's Alex Gleason, all the things that he wrote. There's just, the amount of volume of this information that's been basically just taken out of our history is astounding. There's so many authors from back in the day that were writing information about this stuff. This would probably take me years to read all of this information, but it's really cool. I was going through from the beginning of these old ones, and I found an article I wanted to show you. And it's about Antarctica. So, of course, most of us have probably heard of Captain Cook back in the late 1700s, and he was the first supposedly to travel below the 60th parallel, right here, first individual to travel below the Antarctic Circle. That's what they consider the 60th parallel, where you can't travel independently now. But he logged over 60,000 miles while he was on that voyage from 1772 to 1775, which if Antarctica is only supposed to be 12,000 miles around, this is like 2.5 times circumnavigating the globe almost. So it's a lot of miles, which obviously we question that. But this one is about another guy called Captain James Scott. Robert Scott. So that's what this article. I found this on the thumb drive here, and I wanted to corroborate that this was an actual. Sorry about that. That this was an actual voyage or expedition, and it absolutely was. It talks about it here in a little bit of detail. So 1901 to 1904, they actually had to send another ship. They were on the Discovery, I believe, and they had to send another ship there to try to relieve the crew, because they were down there, I guess, getting stuck in all the ice and everything. So here we go. This was written by I want to say Darcy Adams. Again, here on my thumb drive. Okay, right here. This Darcy Adams, More Antarctica. This is where I got this from. So I don't have to click on it again though, because I've already got it pulled up. Oh, sorry. Trying to zoom back out, guys. There we go. So here we go. After an outlay of 23,000, I'm guessing that means maybe British pounds. In 1902, the morning, a vessel of 437 tons. They basically sent this to relieve the crew of the Discovery, which sailed in 1901 to Antarctica, just like they explained here. And it goes on to talk about all this stuff, right? But Mr. Adams here wrote, so here's what I thought was interesting. The explorers that were there, if the explorers generally really think that they are working towards a central point on a globular body, the prime movers of the expeditions in these islands know such is not the case. The UZS, I'm not sure what that means, I tried to look it up, but the UZS having for the last 40 years or more been hammering away at them to settle the question once for all by demonstration. They are perfectly aware that the world is not a globe, but have not the courage to admit it. The true mileage by circumnavigation at about 60 degrees south would conclusively prove our position as right and the falsity of the Newtonian theory. The inner cult know this, yet they allow brave men to risk their lives in attempting to reach a mythical central southern magnetic or other non-existent point called a pole, which we know does not. There is no South Pole. Compasses don't work in Antarctica right. And it goes on to say the world not being a globe revolving in space or anything else, a central southern point is nothing but a baseless assumption not worthy to be held by any intelligent human being. So I thought that was pretty neat. It's hard to dig up some of this old stuff and see exactly what people were talking about back then, 100, 150 years ago. So much of this has been left out of our history, but as you can see, the people who were literally down there doing this work knew that they weren't at the bottom of a ball, and there was a reason why their bearings would get off and their compasses wouldn't work, because they got too far away from magnetic north. So, of course, we eventually got the Antarctic Treaty System, which you guys know about. But again, it's literally for making the 60th parallel below it pretty much off limits for independent travel. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that with you. Again, they are perfectly aware the world is not a globe. Talking about the sailors in the Antarctic, but have not the courage to admit it, which is what we see today with a lot of pilots and people who do sail the seas. They get grounded, they lose their careers, and most people aren't willing to do that, especially if you have a family you're taking care of. So, but right here it is. Attempt to reach a mythical central southern magnetic or other non-existent point called a pole. The world not being a globe revolving in space or anything else. Nope, it's still a central southern point is nothing but a baseless assumption not worthy to be held by any intelligent human being. So that's how the people felt. Apparently that went down there doing this work. So anyway, wanted to share that with you guys. See ya.